Hi everyone, how are you? And Happy New Year. I'm just going to give everyone a minute or so to join in because I am a minute or so late. I do apologise. Horse the dog just knocked out the cable from my Wi-Fi, so I had to reset it. Yeah, literally like at 2 minutes to 2, and they've just started cutting down some trees outside the house as well. So I do apologise if you can hear it's like a drilling sound. Hopefully it won't get too loud. Anyway, how are you? Do pop in and say hi on the comments. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas and New Year, and I've got a cracker of a show for you today with demonstrations, with new stuff, with a couple of surprises that not even the design team have heard about until now. And I think it's going to be a good year. So lots of you all joining in now. Do pop in the chat and say hi. I can't seem to see the chat. 1 second, let me just refresh that. Like I say, if you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And I generally do videos on a Monday evening at 6, as it was bank holiday yesterday and I was just waiting on some stock to arrive. We've moved it to Tuesday this week, but from next Monday at 6 p.m. we'll be back normal live. I can't see any comments, I'm afraid, guys. Let me have a look on my phone. And let's see if I can have the comments up on there, because I like to see if you ask any questions of our demonstrations or anything like that. So we do tons of papercraft demonstrations, stamping, die cutting, stenciling, all that kind of lovely stuff. Where are we? Okay. Oh yeah, I can see now. Ah, whoop! I don't want to hear myself in radio there. Right, so I've got my phone here that I can see the comments on. Why it's not showing on my screen in front of me, who knows? Who knows? But I hope you are all well. Hi Natasha, hi Joe, hi Sheila, hi Roxy, hi the other Joe, Tracy, Jan. Oh, it's loads of you here. Natasha, Nola, Steph, Gemma H. First live from VG Stairs Creates. I've probably said that completely wrong. Do let us know what your name is. Hi Karen. Hi, is that Love Build Up Crafts? Oh, are you the lady that won the competition? Possibly. I recognise that login. Hi Margaret. So let me tell you what's coming up. So of course we've got the brand new Love You collection that went on pre-order just before Christmas, and we've got loads and loads of pre-orders, but there is some left for you if you want to order today. We'll be doing loads of demonstrations, so whether you buy something or not, just enjoy, have fun, watch the papercraft stuff, join in the chat, and it will be lovely to get you involved. As well as the stamp and stencil collection, I've also got some brand new embellishments from Inky Gems. So lots of you already know Gemma Hines on my design team has launched a couple of months ago now. This is her third collection of 3D printed embellishments that she prints herself with her own 3D printer. They are amazing, and this is the first time we've actually done a kind of collaboration where we've talked to each other about what we're going to do ahead of time to make sure that, one, they can come out at the same time because they are complementing, and make sure they really fit lovely together. So as you can imagine, the Love You collection, we're going to have some things that are Valentine related or love related, but we know hearts can work anytime, right? So Gemma said, well, I want to do some heart embellishments. I was like, great, let's make sure we plan this ahead. So we worked the latter part of last year to make sure these embellishments work perfectly. So if you haven't seen them before, I'll be showing you them in a little while. There's embellishments from tiny little ones to larger ones, stickers, and even ephemera, which is a new product to her range. So absolutely amazing stuff. So let's show you all that and the new collection first, and then we can crack on, move to the overhead camera for the demos and get into the real good stuff, right? So January is a bit boring, isn't it? It's a bit dark, it's a bit depressing. So I wanted to bring you something, of course, that helps you make your Valentine's cards for February, but also just some joyful, fun designs. I always think about what we've done before to make sure that they can coordinate, and you'll see from the design team samples that I'll show you that works absolutely perfectly. They've all gone in and got out, used the new collection, and then gone, oh, I'm going to use that background stamp with it, I'm going to use that die with it, and it all works seamlessly together, mainly because I design all of it. So sometimes it's a hand-drawn image, sometimes it's images that I've put together, or sometimes it's complete, even graphic stuff that I've been learning really hard to make. So I can completely make something from scratch for you that is truly unique and really does work well together. And you can never have enough stamps, dies and stencils and stuff. You've probably got hearts or some in your collection unless you're a new crafter. But I'm always after that perfect heart stamp, heart embellishment, heart stencil, whatever it is. So let me have, it's really disorientating not being able to see your comments. I can normally see them so much. Let's just have a look. Oh, it was you, Love Build Up Crafts. What was, please remind me of your name. Was it Sasha? I could have got that completely wrong. Hi, Irene. Great. Okay. So yeah, I'll keep checking, but it's a bit stilted, kind of going in between. Roxy says, Claire, your stencils are the best, so quick and amazing quality. So when we talk about the products, I'll talk to you about why I use the materials that I do and why I source them the way I do in terms of the manufacturers that I use. So that's something really important, particularly if you're new. So if I'm going over a few things that you've heard me say before, I do apologise, but I am aware there's new crafters all the time, there's new people to the brand all the time. So yeah, just a little 10 seconds about me. I've been designing for nearly 4 years now. In fact, I think the first stamp I ever drew was probably about 4 years ago now, in January of 18. I designed for another brand, and then last year in, I think it was the 1st of August, was it? The first Monday of August, I launched my own brand. Like I say, there's lots of hand-drawn stuff. I do as much of it as I can myself. I source as much from the UK as I can. And I just love designing. I love card making. I know lots of you do things like scrapbooking, mixed media, all that kind of stuff. Please excuse my blouse, sorry, while I'm talking, because the buttons keep popping. So I have to make sure I wear like a vest underneath to hide my modesty. And poor horse the dog, he's having a bath and a nap because I can't trust him to be out in case he knocks the Wi-Fi again. So if you see my boobs or hear a dog barking, you know, that's how you know you're on one of our lives, right? So let's have a look at the stamp designs. So money's always a bit tight in January, isn't it, after Christmas and stuff? So I've kept them at A6 size this time for you. They work perfectly at that. We've got the You Had Me at Hello stamp set, which is a layering heart stamp set. And you'll see when I show you the samples in a little while that you can get the heart, big heart or the small heart that you can layer under the kind of line art bit here. You can use them alone. The hearts look amazing with watercolour or inks or embossing. And then you've got that really cool sentiment, You Have Me at Hello, which is a nod to Jerry Maguire, one of my favourite films. Everybody loves that. They love you. and there's a couple of sentiments in this collection that you'll recognise the fonts of if you've bought my sentiment stamps before. So we did a couple of sets, Happy Everything and Sending Love Wishes, something like that. Sending something, where there was these big bold words that you could stamp in the ink, and then you get the kind of scripty one that you can layer over the top if you want to. So I've kind of snuck in that kind of style for you in a couple of the sets in this brand new January collection, because I know then that you can kind of mix and match, and I know that you love using them. So that's the first one. Just going to pop it back in my sleeve. And over Christmas, I did get the stamping little document sleeves in A6 and A5 back in. I've sold literally hundreds, because they've been out of stock for ages. I couldn't get hold of any. I'd even got my own stamps without any lying around. And I finally managed to get some, and I ordered literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. There are a few left, but I've had people ordering like 70, 100, 20s, 30s, all that kind of stuff, because I don't know what happens. It's so odd. They just come in from the manufacturer, and they're in stock for a little while, and then they just seem to disappear for months, so everybody grabs them. But they're really sturdy and really, really useful. Keep all your stamps sorted and together. So the next one in the kind of Valentine theme is a background stamp called All My Heart. Apologise, yours will be clear, not pink like mine. Me and Natasha were having a play and using lots of red and pink inks and things like that. So this is a hand-drawn one by me. I hand drew all those little hearts and then put them into a cool pattern for you. This looks amazing in embossing, as you'll see. You can stamp through your masks to make it a different shaped background. It's just really, really useful, and I think hearts work so well for birthday cards, anniversary cards, wedding cards. Hearts are always cute, aren't they? And I just wanted to do something a little bit different with them for you. So the next set, I think there's five stamp sets in total in the collection. The next one is it Carla Lily? Carla Lily? Not Kayla, is it Carla? Sorry if I've said that wrong. I love Carla lilies, and sometimes lilies are associated with sad times like funerals and things like that, but also I think over time, I think that was they're totally appropriate for that, and sometimes you need a really appropriate image for a sad card, like a sympathy card, so you have got a sympathy sentiment in there in a really nice double font. So you've got the blocky bit and then not layering as such, but just two complementing fonts for you there that again are completely appropriate. But have fun with Carla Lilies too. They come in loads of colours. I'll be showing you online. There's some, Steph has done some lovely like purple ones, and they look absolutely amazing. But loads of people use them for weddings and birthdays and things like that as well. So I have put in there You Are My Everything and a happy birthday sentiment as well. This looks just beautiful, watercoloured with pencils, with alcohol markers, whatever colouring you like to do. And if you're looking for inspiration about how to colour that one, because I'm not demonstrating that one today, have a look at one of my latest videos, because there's a nice colouring demonstration for you. So the next stamp set, again A6, all of these. Oh, I want to do something really different that can be used for home cards, for people that aren't necessarily florally, for home decor projects. And pampas grass is everywhere, isn't it? But you can use this, as you'll see, it makes really nice kind of feathers, a quill. You'll see a card from Kerry shortly. So it's 3 different pieces of the pampas grass and a cute little vase. And you'll notice that home again is in those lovely fonts for you to layer up if you want. It was kind of inspired by this. I know that's eucalyptus, not real. But that vase really inspired me. That's the kind of look I was after. And again, you can use all of these kind of leafy, feathery bits differently. I'm going to do a demonstration with this in a little while and show you how to really build it up. But it gives a really kind of clean, modern card. It's just something completely different than anything that I've seen before, but really gives a nod to those kind of home trends. Last stamp set has a bonus bit with it. This is the first time I've done this. So, Lady in Red, which some of the design team girls have already shared their amazing designs with. So another hand-drawn one by me. Lovely. I love one-shoulder things. I wear lots of one-shoulder dresses and outfits and things like that. So I wanted to draw this one-shoulder dress. So it was just something that kind of popped into my head, and then tried to put it to paper. So it's got a really lovely shape. You can make it sleeveless or with a sleeve. You've got a beautiful sentiment in there with a scripty font that says, perfect for like Valentines as well, or just anniversary, anything like that. Loved you yesterday, love you still, always have, always will. So those aren't my words, they are. That's quite a well-known little saying. But you can have real fun with this. If you've got a friend that's kind of quite fashiony, or just, you know, just a fun birthday card that's not flowers. But look what I've put with it for you. So if you've bought my stencils and masks before, so with it you get a stencil. So you can layer that over and just add your colour exactly where you want it. And we're going to be using that in a demonstration in a little while. And then the mask piece, so you could add like background colour as well if you want to, or something different in the background. And it's the first time I've done that with 2 different ones. And I must give credit to Kerry Gibson here on my design team, because it was totally her idea to do that. And it was a genius one. So yeah, I thought that was really, really fun. So if you're buying that one on its own, that's why you'll notice it's a different price to the normal A6 stamps, because you get those extra 2 pieces in the packet with it for you. Nearly done on the main collection. And then there's a normal stencil. So, yeah, we were talking about stencils. So thank you, Roxy, for saying that you like the quality of them. So there's 2 different types of material that we use for our stencils. So the last piece in the collection is this Leafy Stencil that gives you, think about great patterns for your dress, beautiful backgrounds for your lilies or other flowers that you've got. This works really nicely with the glow pastes that we do, or even just dry embossing if you want that as a kind of raised effect on your card. Now that is one of our thicker stencils, and they're really, really sturdy. You've still got a bit of flexibility for your more 3D projects, but these kind of ones, when they're very detailed, they need to be that thicker design, otherwise you get movement, and that's when your design doesn't come out properly. The masks, so if you've had must-have masks from us before, which are shapes that you can mask off or stencil off different areas, they are with what's called a miler. So these are laser cut, so you can get the intricate details. These are, it's still really high quality stencil material. They're much more flexible. So really, really handy for mixed media projects. But because they're thinner, it means that you can use them on things like jelly plates. You can stamp through them without missing any. If you've ever stamped through a thicker stencil like that and then it doesn't quite catch the edges, using the thinner one really allows you to do that. And you'll see from a card that Kerry did earlier, she stamped the heart background through a mask. And it just allows you to. So I always think about what material do you need to get the effects that are right for the design. So that's the main Love You collection bundle. If there's anything that you are after today, so the website address, if you haven't been before, is clairemanningcreative.co.uk. There's a link as well in the description below. And if that full collection with 15% off if you buy it all together, you'll get free delivery. So I think it comes down to £57 and a few pennies. Breathe, Claire, breathe. Bit of Diet Coke. Now I'm going to show you Gemma's embellishments, and then the last surprise for the show. Before we move on to demonstrations. So Gemma's embellishments, as I say, they're amazing, they're sturdy. I can't believe the kind of like cool design she comes up with, but she really had that Love You collection in mind this time. So she does huge ones. These are big embellishments. We've got lockets, amazing. Big Love Yous. This one that's got two. Let's open that up. So think about painting these, embossing them. If you've not used this kind of embellishment before and you're not sure how to put colour on it, have a look at some of my older videos. I'll show you how to emboss them, paint them, all the different things that you can do. You can use them as decorations, mixed media projects, your cards, things that home decor, whatever it is you want, but they are super, super sturdy, but light as well. They don't add a lot of weight to your project if you like posting something. Then we've got large loves, medium hearts with the kind of frames as well, and my ultimate favourite. I could just put one of these on every single card. I do. So they come in this kind of whitey creamy, and you can, of course you can use them, but when you start adding stuff. So this is one that I've half prepared so I can finish in the demonstration for you, the Love You, and I've embossed that with some Wow Falls Gold, and it already looks amazing. That took me about 10 seconds to do. And can you imagine if somebody got that on a card and then they could maybe take that piece off if you wanted to, if you put it on with a bit of reusable glue, rather, not reusable, low tack glue. Fantastic. And then if you want to add some quick things to your things like planners, scrapbooks, cards, all that kind of thing, she does stickers and what she's called. So those are Gembellishments for Gemma. Amazing colour. So she's also done a new range of Gemfemera. Me and the other design team girls say, you know, she's got to call everything gem something now because, you know, Inky Gems. So you might think they look exactly the same, Claire. What on earth? Why on earth would I need both? You may not. You may have a preference. And I would say if you want your project to be very flat, you're not thinking about adding any depth in terms of foam pads and things like that, planners, diaries, calendars, if you've got your Claire Manning Creative calendar, fantastic for the stickers. So you just peel off the back. And all these are made from her own kind of journal, junk journal and artwork and stuff that she does. So you can see it's almost like a sequin kind of pattern in those. So you get, I think there's 9, is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10. I do apologise. I think on the website it says 9, but there's 10. However, the ephemera or Gemfemera, this is printed instead of on sticker paper. You've still got the lovely vibrant colours, but you've got it on a really nice. Gemma, if you're around, would you just post the GSM? Because I wasn't sure. It feels like about 200, but it's really nice and sturdy anyway. That then you can put on things like your foam pads if you want to give it some dimension, and you can use them in all different ways that you would. But again, still really handy if you need to do something quick, or sometimes you're just stuck for inspiration, aren't you, colour-wise and cards and things like that. And you think, how am I going to put all this together? One last thing to show you. Let me have a quick look at Hi Hazel. Just looking at comments just in case I've missed anything. Are you still going on the craft store? I'll come back to that in a second, Roxy. Oh, bless you. Hi, Kerry. Bye, Kerry. As Kerry had to go, she's her first day back at work after going to Dubai over Christmas. Right, I don't think I've missed any. Oh, Tanya, you still haven't received your wallets. They're definitely gone. I know a couple of you have said that things are taking a little bit longer at the moment. I think because we've had so many bank holidays. So, yeah, things that I'm waiting for from places as well seem to be taking a little longer. So thank you for your patience, but everything has gone out that you've ordered over Christmas. Obviously, unless you pre-ordered this collection, and then that's going out as we speak. So last one on the new stuff for today. Let me hold up and show you, and then I'll answer Roxy's question about the craft store. If I forget, Roxy, shout up. Oh no, I've lost a piece. It'll turn up. So talking about masks, you all loved my must-have masks, and I did Christmas ones, and you just think that they're really handy for making shapes and backgrounds and things like that, stamping through. So I've done a whole new set for you today, brand new to the website. So let me hold up on a piece of card so you can see. This shape is called Sunrise, and with the must-have masks you always get the stencil and the mask element. So again, like the dress, that means that you can make your shapes, do colour around the edge or colour through. You can stamp through, use your jelly plates. We've got triangles. We've got a different type of hexagon. The one in the original set was just a standard. Anyone's good at geometry? Is that an actual shape? See, I've just called it a curved hexagon because one, it's got the curved corners, but it's kind of a stretched out hexagon rather than a geometrically equal. I don't know whether it has an official name or not. And then this really cool like badge shield shape. So if you love those, I know loads of people get, they're something, again, a bit like those wallets and the sequins. They are things that I just can't keep in stock quick enough. They just come in and they go out, and everybody goes crazy for them. So brand new set for you. Should we do some crafting? So the last two videos I did the lily and I did the layering hearts, the You Had Me at Hello. So I thought I'll do two different ones on this show, and there'll be some more coming up over the coming days as well. So you'll have at least a few ideas, and as I'm doing that, I'll just swap to the other camera now. I will bring in the cards that the design team have made as well, and we'll talk about those kind of ideas. Just going to swap camera. Okie dokie. Actually, I'm going to do three because I'm going to very quickly, if you haven't seen the masks in action, I want to show you how they work. So I'll show you with the dress, but this applies to all the other shapes and things like that as well that we've just done. And I think I'm going to have to do her in red, aren't I? Because she's called Lady in Red. Why not? And then let's get all the cards next to me as well. I've got this giant pot of the design team cards to show you. So I'll get some ladies out, and so while I'm sorting these, So Roxy asked about the craft store. So yes, hopefully I will be doing it at some point in the next few months. Obviously I cancelled one when I was taken into hospital in September, October. So I kind of left it a bit after that. I didn't want to rush into arranging it and then do I have to cancel it all and things like that again. So I've still got a bit of waiting for appointments and things from the hospital, and I just want to kind of make sure that things like that are kind of in place and everything's all right, because the last thing I want to do is have to cancel again for you, because it's frustrating for you guys too, and it takes a lot of extra work and stock and things like that, and then if I have to cancel, I've got all this extra that should have gone to the channel. So I will be speaking to them now we're into the new year, and I will let you know if that happens and dates and things like that. So have a look at these most amazing cards from the design team. I'll let you know who's made what as I go through. So this is from Steph. Steph, were these the little embellishments you bought at the craft show when I saw you? She's made the sleeves short sleeve. So like I say, you could do it sleeveless, you could do it the longer sleeve. Just amazing. She's made a bow tie out of a dress. Now, who'd have thought of that? With the layering, happy birthdays. This one from Natasha, which I think is just genius to start using nets and fabrics and things like that you've got lying around in your craft stash. I know loads of us who are paper crafters have also got bits of material, bits of ribbons. I'm going to definitely get out some bits and pieces. Gemma Reed, is that? Yeah, Gemma Reed. She's stamped onto glitter paper there and then used the Superstar stencil in the background. Gemma, can you tell us how I can see different colours behind those stencils? Did you put some colour underneath and then stencil over with the blue? How did you get those colours to come through? Or did you add that after? I'm so confused by that. It's like embossed as well. Very, very, very clever. Very clever. So this is what using the mask is going to be able to get you to create. So Gemma's cut this out here. But if you were making a flat card where you didn't want to cut out the image, but you want to make sure that your colour, when you're using things like blending brushes, stays exactly where you want it, this is what the mask is going to do for you. And to go with the checkmate, I think that is just genius. She's used the square mask there as well, that's Gemma Reed too. This beauty, using the iridescent sequins from Kerry, and I think she's alcohol markered. So you've got some colour behind and then alcohol markered over the top of those iridescents. Another one with stars and a kind of watercolory look from Kerry. Using the Leafy Stencil. That is so effective. And this, I've seen her do this a couple of times. This is just absolutely fabulous. This Happy Day. So that's the Happy Birthday. Do you remember the die? See if I've got it. If you're lucky at the end of the show, I might show you some up and coming dies. Oh, I shouldn't. So yeah, the Happy Birthday die. She's chops into it. How genius is that? To do a happy day. It's just fabulous. I'm definitely going to be stealing that. Another one from Steph using the Meow and You from the dog and cat stamps that we did with the little paw prints. Steph, you did loads. Just really simple. Nice background with the leaves there again from Steph and some watercolour. Is that you as well, Steph? Using the leaf as a print. It's just really effective. It's a great size as well because it can go on 5x7s, 6x6s, or even bigger. So anyway, they have done a fab job there. So you could take down with some low tack tape your stencil. What I'm going to do is take advantage of the magnets in my stamping tool and just hold it in place with this, and then I don't need to worry about less waste of the tape. So it perfectly fits on the dress, and like I said, she's called Lady in Red, so let's do her in red. I'm using just a smallish blending brush, and this one is Candied Apple monoxide. So I'm going to try and see if I can get like an ombre effect there, and go darker at the bottom of the dress, adding quite a bit of colour. Near the bottom, and then rather than adding more on my brush, I'm going to go little circles really lightly and just bring it up to almost nothing at the top. You see the difference there, so just really light pressure, little circles, and then almost white. In fact, there's a tiny bit of untouched area there. How effective and quick is that for a card? So that was just a bit of a demo. It's not particularly going on a card, that one, but I wanted to show you how you get the effect of, you spent ages colouring and making sure you're in the lines, and it's really, really quick. So these kind of ones where you've got a stencil, so you can use that, you can double layer your stencils. So you could put on this, then layer over your leafy. So stamp it first, and then see if I can line it up as Steph's done here, and show you exactly how she's done that. There we go. So that's how she's got that effect over it, and then would go in with a brush or whatever kind of medium that you use in there. So you're just layering them up, but it means then that you haven't got anything, any ink or any bits where you don't want it to. So I'm just going to wipe that over quickly. So when you use ink, paints, things like that, it's just a quick wipe. And the things won't stain it or anything like that. Slightly different when you're using pastes. It will, pastes dry very quickly and they dry hard. So wash any stencils or masks with cold soapy water as soon as you finish them. I mean, it's not going to render them unusable, but of course the more things like paste build up on there, it's just not nice and a bit icky, and I've left a few and I regret it. So great little dress there. Let's go on to the first full card with the pampas grass, and then I'll show you some cards for that too. Just grab the stamp set. So I just love this set. Kind of had it in my mind for a long time of how I wanted it to look, so it's really, really effective. So I'm just going to grab some of the cards that the girls have made for this as well, and we can talk about those. Oh no, I missed a dress. I'm so sorry, Natasha. Natasha, how bright and sunny and joyful is that? Fabulous. I do apologise. I'm just flicking through these this big box of cards here, so if I do miss some, I should have put them in order before I started, really. Okay. So let me start off with this one. So again, Kerry, she's used a mask She's used some blending, she's done some inking. This is what I meant by it being a little quill. How cute is that? She's stamped the vase on some acetate there to give it a glass-like look, and combined it with the handwritten note stamp set, which has just given it such a cool, completely different feel to the Pampas Grass. And the Happy Mail set from, is that from Happy Everything? Or Sending? It's in the Sending Happy Mail one, isn't it? Gemma Reed, really lovely kind of spring-like colours on there. Great combo of the leaves. This one is just outstanding, don't you think? So she just used a load of the branches. She stamped multiple times in ink, in embossing. She's done splatters and added "You Are My" onto that home sentiments. It's just, that is incredible. I think I would pay like £5 for that card. I was thinking about that actually last night in bed, about how much I went into Paper Chase over Christmas and New Year when I was out shopping, just mooching about. I like the stationery in there and things like that. Some of the cards I noticed are like £4.75 each and things like that. They're not even that big or that detailed or anything, and people buy them, don't they? So I always think, you know, yes, stamp sets are more expensive than that, but how much joy you get out of them and how many different cards that you can make and, you know, craft together and create different types of projects as well, not just cards. I think the value of them is amazing. One from Natasha. This would be kind of a similar feel, these two, as in terms of neutrals, to what I'm going to do today. She does amazing neutrals. We have very similar taste in kind of home decor, me and my niece Natasha. And look, completely different feel, but different colours. Just popping them in the vase again. This one from Leanne, using just the feathers on their own. What's that on there, Leanne? Is that, if she's around? Those little kind of drops. Maybe it's glossy accents or something. And this fabulous one where Kerry's kind of joined those feathers together. So it's kind of hanging down. Really, really fun, beautiful. Every single one of those is different. Right then. So what I did was I've stamped and heat embossed a load of the feathery Pampas Grass stamens, or whatever you like to call them, and I'm just going to add some colour onto those now. So you could go alcohol markers, you could go pens, pencils. I'm just going to do a kind of watercolour effect. Just my usual for quickness. And I'm going to grab some kind of beige tones, greyish tones. Maybe a bit of blue on the glass, I don't know yet. I want it to have that real kind of neutral vibe going on. Is that one a bit greeny? Ochre? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. And then, because these are kind of water-based, these pens, I use them almost like on a palette sometimes when I want to paint with them. So you'll see me on loads of other videos doing things like putting them on and then putting the brush over it to kind of blend, but that's not what I'm going to do this time. I'm always going to like paint with them. So I'm going to scribble some of the colours on my little stamping block here and use it almost like a palette. I can always go direct in with the brush if I need to. And then I've got some water. And I'm just going to dampen my brush. Just add a bit of water there and see. Oh yeah, I like that ochre. I'll kind of mix them as well. This isn't watercolour card, it's just normal cardstock. Obviously, if you want to add like lots of detail or be really specific with your watercolouring, then by all means use your watercolour card too, because then you're going to get, it's going to move in a different way. But all I want here is like a wash, so it really doesn't have to be, you know, I love watercolour card with a passion, but I keep it for when I'm really kind of blending and adding detail, because it is more expensive than normal card and I don't want to waste it, to be honest. So when normal card will do the job, I'll use that. I like things to work hard for you, so whether that's a stamp design or a stencil or the sequins that I bring you where it's, I've sourced the best ones I can possibly get for the money for you. That doesn't always mean cheap, it doesn't always mean expensive. I just think value and you getting the most out of it is really, really important. So some of them I'm just going back in and adding a little bit more at the base just to give them, some of them a bit of a darker look. And I've done 7 here. Get 3 different shapes in the set, and I want it to be a real fluffy kind of set. I think we're definitely going to go over an hour today, so I hope that's okay. Of course, if you're watching on catch up or anything, if you haven't been able to watch live, then hi. But why not? If we need to go over time-wise, then we can, can't we? I want to do something with the embellishments as well on the next card. Okay, just going to leave those to dry and then finish off trimming those. Let's give that a little wipe. Wash my brush, and then I just want to give a kind of glassy feel to this little vase. So a bit of grey and a little bit of blue. Whoops. I'm going to give it almost an all over. And then just go back in a little bit stronger. In fact, I might just go straight in with the pen on this bit. Just want to give it that kind of curved look. Still very pale, still very neutral. And a little browned. So that's enough just to give it that kind of feel. Okie dokie. Right then. So I'm going to start cutting around those in a second. I've also done ahead of time my little sentiment. So I've done that home in that layered way like I've shown you before with the other sentiments. And I'll get my card blank. And I'm still obsessed with this kind of, I think it's called Milk that's on the website. It's really cool. So you can see how that's going to go really nicely together. So just a quick bit of cutting for me here. You'll notice that if you've got a cutter like a Cricut or a Silhouette or anything like that, then there's lots of downloads that are totally free on my website. I haven't done any yet for this, but leave it with me. the end of tomorrow, you should have the cut files to go with these as well, if you want to be able to cut round using your machine rather than having to use your scissors. Coordinating dies is something that's coming, but it'll be later on this year, just due to the quantities that we need to get right now. Still being a small brand, but you know what? I love being a small brand. I love that we have the flexibility and the control. Yes, we don't have, you know, the volumes, but I think that's quite nice in some ways. It means that you're not constantly having the same stuff as everybody else creating, particularly if you sell your projects, or you have a big social media following and things like that, and you like doing something unique. It means that there aren't thousands of you. There might be hundreds, but not thousands of you that have all got out there at the same, creating the same stuff. And I think that's what we love as creative people, isn't it? We like to do something different, but you've still got, from myself and the design team girls, the ideas and things that, you know, if you want to create something exact based on something that you've seen from us, then great, you can do that too. Oh dear, horse is crying. Do you want to come and say hi, horse? Let me flick back to the other camera while I'm just finishing cutting this, and then you can come and say hi, as long as you don't spoil the Wi-Fi. Let me just move that out of the way. And I'll let him out for you. You can say hi to your fan club, horse. Come on then. Do you want to come up on the chair? Yeah, look, how about I stand here? Sorry. Sit down. Sit. Very excited. Sit. Good boy. He's a good boy, sitting nice. I know, you've got to... I'll tell you what you didn't do, horse, this year. Oh my goodness. No, I think he needs to go back in. He's just trashing the place. Bed, horse. Remember last year he made a Christmas card with his paws. So maybe you can do a New Year card. How about that? Yeah, he doesn't care. He's really not interested. So I'm just going to cut one more because I'm conscious that this has taken a little while and it's a bit boring for you. So we'll just use the 3 elements in the life here, but you will be able to see how if you stamp more and do 5 or 7 of the feathery bits, then you will start to get a really full fluffy look. You can take it as 3D as you like. So let me swap back now. Oh God, look how he's knocked the camera. Here we go, back in. So, like I say, I will use these 3. So there's kind of one that curves to the left, to the right, and in the middle. But you can see how if you start adding more, it becomes more and more bushy and beautiful, just like those pampas grass that you see in all the shops at the moment. But let's have a look at the 3 for now, so we can actually get a card completed, shall we? So I'm just going to get some tape. Oh my gosh, I've got to show you this. Do you all have loads of tape? Sorry about the camera in my face. Do you all have loads of like rolls of tape and not know how to do them? I bought a kitchen roll holder thing. Thank you. So, yeah, would it even maybe put some little string or something like that? Oh, yes, that would be cute. Let's get some little twine too. Sorry if you can hear his little paws now, he's roaming around. Yeah, this would be really sweet, wouldn't it? Okay, let's start putting together. So I want normal tape on here. Just scrolling at himself. Huh? So did anyone make any New Year's resolutions? I'll have a look in the comments after. I don't do necessarily resolutions, but I do think New Year is an amazing time to kind of just reflect and not punish yourself in terms of I'm going to give this up or I didn't do this last year, but just think about what you did do good and what you do want to do in the future, what you want to do more of sometimes is a good way to look at it. And I love, as much as I love Christmas and having all the decorations, I feel like putting away all the tree and everything. And how does that clog up on the thing is still on? Putting away the tree and having all the house all clean and tidy and everything, and it just makes me think, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I don't know, it just really kind of clears my mind as well, and it gets me focused for everything that's to come. That glue is just not having it. Should we get another one? Why do I always have problems with glues? Where's the next one? Where's the next one? Oh my gosh, even I thought my glossy accents had even clogged it. There. It's an expensive way to glue, isn't it? But hey, does the job. So there's our little cute vase. I'm going to do these. I think I'm going to do that one flat, and then I'm going to put some foam on the others. You can go out soon, horse, so we won't be too much longer now. The other card's a bit quicker. Here's one that I want to do. No cutting. So the one going off that way. So this is where I say if you put more of them, they can start looking really fluffy and really cool. But that bit's totally up to you. But I would say odd amounts always look, I don't know, just more aesthetically pleasing, don't they? Bring that down a little bit. And let's do a kind of basic bow with this. This is just garden twine, nothing fancy, probably from Poundland or something. So this would make, you could put this in a frame for your home decor if these kind of things are in your house. You could do a card for a new home. You could do, this could just be a birthday card as well with a different sentiment, just a birthday sentiment. I just think it's something really, really fun. You could do 3 vases together, any colour you wanted. Don't know whether that looks better overlapped or not. No, I think I'm going to leave it down there. And then just to finish off, I can't do anything without our no hole sequins anymore. So I know the big set sold out, which was ridiculous. I think it sold out in the end within about 72 hours, the 7 colours. So I have got some more on order, but they're not going to be for a little while yet. So some of the individual colours are still there. So let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try that. So they come different sizes. I'm just so happy with the quality of them. This is the nude colour. Okay, horse. No, I think we need some more. You might be looking at that thinking, no, Claire, just leave it alone. There we go. Simple neutral colours. It's really different, isn't it, to, you know, your standard florals or your real brights. I really, really like it. Right then, let's do something different. So next is the All My Heart, sorry. And then I can show you the last of the samples for the girls then. So All My Heart is that background stamp. Which is this one here. Oops, sorry. Making a right mess. Getting everything everywhere. So I'm going to do a smaller card and I'm going to add on that amazing Love You sentiment from Gemma in a moment. So let's just have a look at these. This is amazing from Kerry. Probably seen this on one of my photos. So watercolour and some acetate over the top with the sentiment from the dress, I think that one. This is what I was describing to you earlier if you're using a stamp through a mask. So Kerry's put down the heart, must have mask, and then stamped the background through it, and then that's changed that background stamp then into a heart-shaped pattern stamp, which is just amazing. So just something as simple as that as well, just embossing in clear with some of the Gem ephemera, sorry. Really, really effective. Oh, that's the Colour Lilies, that's the one with the video. Snuck that in by accident. Some fabulous ones here from Natasha, using just some pink and some red ink. Amazing little photo. Look, with her dog Bentley. You know, sometimes the love of our life is a dog, right? So those are great too. Let me find the bit I've got ready for this card. So I've already ahead of time, this is why this one's a quick, because I know we're gone over our hour, but hey. So I'm just doing a small A6 black card. I've already done it ahead of time on this piece of grey. I just need to trim it down slightly because it's almost exactly an A6 size, the stamp. I just need to make that. So I've got a little bit of a black border. Of course, you need to be quiet. So excuse me just while I trim that down. See if that's the right kind of size. So what I wanted to show with this is that Valentine's cards, they can be quite difficult when we're making them for the guys, can't they? Because there's lots of soppy ones out there. There's lots of pink and red and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes that's great if the guys are giving those to us, although I prefer something a little bit more stylish anyway. But sometimes you just don't, you still want to say I love you, and you can still do hearts, but not necessarily in those pinks and reds if you don't want to. That's where I think this is just amazing. Let me find the one from, again, this from Leanne. It's not She has got a bit of pink and red in there, but I think a guy would be really happy to receive that. So it's a kind of version of that, but just some different colours for you. So Gemma's Embellishments. So this is the colour they come ordinarily. I'm not going to emboss on the back on this one because it's going to get stuck down. I've already put one layer, so I'm going to add another layer of, just to make sure there's absolutely nothing showing through of the white. And this is fool's gold, so it gives you that really cool, like a rose gold effect. Just pop that there while I get rid of the excess powder. So it's glittery, it's smooth. I've used gold, standard gold sparkle there in the background, but you could use whatever combo you wanted. And I might add a little bit of vellum too. So let me just get my heat tool. Oops. Now that gets very hot melting that, so just be careful with your fingers. Use tweezers if you need to. And for quickness, I didn't do the sides. If you want to make sure that absolutely every little bit is covered, what I use is Wow, which are the brand I stock for the embossing pads. They do this really good brush tool. And it means those bits that you'd struggle to get to in a pad, whoops, dripping it everywhere, you can go directly in with the brush and then sprinkle it over. It takes a little bit of time, but if you really want it absolutely perfect, excuse me, my mouth's getting ever so dry. I'm just going to get some vellum, I think. Vellum or acetate, shall we do? Let's try vellum. I don't feel like I've used any for ages. I've also been on the lookout for some just really good, I think this is Creative Expressions, I think. I've been trying out some new ones so I can stock some vellum for you on the website. It's something I always get asked for. So, and I'm just going to wrap that round. Really easy peasy. Let's just pop a little bit of tape on there. Check that's nice and straight. Okay. This would look really cool as well with the little embellishments. Say if you put the little hearts over some of the hearts on the background, that would look really, really funky. And then let's pop that on there. Make sure when you're gluing your embellishments down, just use quite a sturdy glue a really high-tack one, and give them plenty of time to stick on if you want it so they don't come off, or use a removable glue if you want the recipient to be able to keep it. There we go, really simple, really clean. Just before I show you the last few bits before we go, let me see what design team samples I haven't shown you yet. Because they come up with so many ideas and I like you to see every single one. I'm just going to flip to the other camera and get that out of the way. Hello. Oh, this is a nice afternoon, isn't it? Spent crafting after all the Christmas madness. It's nice to get back to some normality, and I'm so pleased that we haven't had any extra. Can you see it's my shirt? I told you I have to have a vest. Good grief. Hi, horse. I know. Just redressing myself. Right then, so what have we got? What have we got? What have we done so far? Just trying to find the dress that I did earlier on as well. I can't find it. So here's another one with the Love You from Gemma. Of course, she's added some extra bits. She's used all the stamps in there as well. This one, she does these amazing kind of mixed media. She's done it on a card here, but wouldn't this make a really cool like scrapbooking page? She's used stencils in there, the cloud stencil, all sorts of bits and pieces, and then just finished off with one of the tiny little heart embellishments, which is fab. What else have we got? Another Happy Day one from Kerry with the stencil, and a Happy Birthday with the stencil from, yeah, that is the stencil, from Gemma Reed. Gemma again has used the vase from, she's put on, remember I said she writes me little notes. She's used the vase from the Pampas grass with the flowers from, that was To the Moon and Back, which is amazing. And this is what I mean about everything goes together. Amazing leaf design. Clean, simple, but so effective from Natasha, just layering over the sentiment, over the hearts. I love that line art, and if you want to see more using that stamp, then do check out my other video. Classic rainbows from Leanne in the brights, and then pastels using those watercolour hearts. More embellishments from Gemma Hines. And again, this really shows those frame hearts, how you can layer them to make kind of two different styles. Another fab mixed media one from Gemma Hines, and some more mini heart embellishments from Gemma again. Steph has used the larger heart there, really clean, simple. Again, I think these kind of ones are suitable for guys too. She's used loads of the reds there. But then how about a blue? Why not for a Valentine's card? I love that sentiment, you had me at hello. More from Gemma Hines she's mixed in the line art piece with the stripes stencil. Clean, simple with that line art heart in You Had Me at Hello. And then an embossed version from Steph over the stencils. I really, really like that. And then finally we talked about the Calla Lily. So the girls have got more to share you on social media for this one. But we didn't get the stock till later. So I haven't got too many to show here. But there's a lovely one from Gemma Reed there with like a minty green and white embossed. And then this is the one I did on the video for you. So let's have a quick recap of what we've made during the show. And I hope you've enjoyed that. I've had real fun back on the lives again. I've really missed doing them. There was a couple of weeks just before Christmas I wasn't really feeling very well and I wasn't quite up to it. So thank you for being patient with me and, you know, just let me get through that and then back with you. So hopefully things will be fine now. I am still waiting on some appointments, like I say. But in the meantime, we're just going to carry on. I don't feel too bad apart from some headaches. So carry on regardless. Yeah? So yeah, I was going to show you the other bits, but I'll put them down. We did a dress, didn't we? But whose dress was better? I think Gemma's was better than mine anyway. We'll show hers, shall we? And then that was the other layered heart one from the previous video as well. So thank you all for watching. I'm going to catch up. I haven't looked at the phone for a while for the comments, so I'm going to catch up on all the comments. And if you're watching either live or on catch up, thank you so much for joining in. It's great to see you again for 2022, and I really, really hope it's going to be better for all of us. Don't forget, if there's anything that you want to add in to your basket, so £30 delivery, £30 orders, you'll get free delivery during the UK for anything that you want to add in, and the full collection bundle is 15% off just until stock's last of that bundle. And there's loads of other bits and pieces. You've got your masks, you've got your sequins, you've got bits of card and anything else that you might need to stock up on. Now you've probably used loads over the Christmas period. But have a lovely afternoon, guys, and I will speak to you very, very soon.